What's up, XRP family? Thank you for joining the video for today. We have some interesting stuff. Let's dig in. We have here 5.2 billion digital wallets by 2026. Now let that sink in, guys. So this is data where they analyze how many people will have digital wallets by 2026. Now think about this, right? 5.2 billion, that is half, more than half of the world's population, right? Now, if you think very carefully, you understand that XRP is not just for rich people or any stuff like that. This plan that they have, this new world that they have, they want everyone to be actually online, if you know what I mean. They want everyone to have a digital wallet. There are many reasons for that. And here you can see, how can they do that? How can they possibly have an ecosystem that is being built? Guys, you are witnessing the opportunity of a lifetime, because this will never happen again. This is the last opportunity right now happening in front of our eyes. Let's take a look at this video.
Lead all the revenue and sales activities globally for Visa Direct at Visa. Visa Direct is our Move Money network, where we enable our clients to reach multiple different endpoints, whether it be accounts or cards, or particular to this conversation today through our conversation with Tune's digital wallets. Really, we're looking to drive digital payment innovation and help to enable our clients to send money to their clients in the best ways that they know how.
Great. Well, it's an amazing role, Waay. So for the audience, do reach out to these two guys. They have a lot of knowledge in this field and they would love to take your questions. So let's start with some scene setting and look into the usage of mobile wallets across regions. I mean, Asia is known for it. Digital wallets account for 69% of overall e-commerce volume. And in India, this percentage is 45%. In Europe, it's less, it's 27%, but it's still a substantial number. And millennials and Gen Z tend to embrace digital wallets. So take this number into account, since 48% of Zoomers, or Gen Z if you want, abandon their shopping cart if their favorite payment method is not available. And this trend is going to continue. Digital wallets are experienced to exceed 5.2 billion globally by 2026. That number will continue to grow because consumers get more comfortable storing their financial information and handling payments through their smartphones.
Now, if you understand, guys, if you understand economy, you know, they are not talking about Ripple or XRP here. I know that, but do the math. Please do the math. You have to understand what is XRP. XRP is the internet of value. We are heading towards a digital era, and we need money that can move as fast as lightning. It needs to move very, very fast. We cannot have the traditional payment systems that we have right now. And that's exactly why we will have 5.2 billion digital wallets by 2026. And they need a payment system that is robust, very fast, has real-time settlement, because that's how you continue to make this economy more powerful, right? You cannot lack on payments. That's the most important part of having a flourishing economy. So don't think that this is not going to happen, guys. It's just a matter of when and not if. Here we can see the parties. So this is actually an update on how the case is going. The parties have fully briefed the motions for summary judgment, including the oppositions and replies. There are sealing disputes in connection with the motions for summary judgment, but we don't know whether those disputes will be resolved before or at the time of the decision of the motions. Now here we can see December 22. Parties file omnibus motions to seal all materials relating to the summary judgment motions, including briefs, statements, counterstatements, declarations, supporting exhibits. Parties must also file proposed redactions to those materials at the time. January 4, any non-parties must file a motion to seal any summary judgment materials. We go on, and we end up on January 18th. All parties and non-parties must file oppositions, if any, right? So it doesn't mean that the case will end on January 18th, but there is a very high chance, guys, that between now and March, there there will absolutely be a verdict. There will absolutely be an answer, and maybe even sooner. It can happen at any time. Remember that. Brett Garlinghouse calls Gary Gensler's meeting with SBF shameful. Look at this. Why do you think he's saying that, guys? He knows that there is corruption inside there. Ripple XRP fam, US Treasury report on the future of money and payments. A more feasible model in the United States for intermediating a retail US CBDC would be a two-tiered system, which is in line with what the majority of jurisdictions globally are considering. Now, we have talked about this many times. If you understand RippleNet and how it works in a tier system. Now, they are saying the exact same thing here. While we already know, if you go look at the Bank of Thailand, if you go look at the Bank of Indonesia, they all want to do the same thing. They want to also work with these two-tiered systems, and that is exactly how we know that the RippleNet network technology XRP Ledger is working. It's working with this tier system to function within this system. So here we can see, under this model, the Federal Reserve would issue and redeem US CBDC, but the distribution of US CBDC would be handled by intermediaries eligible for an account at the Fed, and payment services would be managed by intermediaries and other private sector participants, right? Here you can see the G7, if determined to be appropriate, that is consistent with the G7's long-standing public commitments to transparency, the rule of law, and sound economic governance. Now, what does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like if a system is going to be used, doesn't it needs regulation, right? Why do you think they're saying it needs to be according to the law and sound economic governance? And what is Ripple now doing? Is it coincidence? This is not coincidence, guys, this lawsuit, right? It was meant to be like this. The United States actively participates as part of the Financial Stability Board, which together with the international standard-setting bodies is leading work on issues related to stablecoins, other international dimensions of digital assets, and payments and cross-border payments, right? They are absolutely telling us in front of our eyes everything we have been predicting, it's coming, and they're going to use it. Here you can see, repos on the future of money payments should be a foundation for further technology innovation, 24/7, 365, open source, offline capability, high levels of interoperability. XRPL can do all of this, right? This is what we know. And go look the FedNow service. Go look, Google it. You will see Valenti Technologies, and they use Ripple, right? It's all there, guys. It's not a kind of speculation anymore. This is facts. MoneyGram launches MoneyGram online in Brazil via Frente Corretora, developed in partnership with Ripple. They are partnered with Travelex, Ripple's major XRPL ODL partner bank in Brazil. MoneyGram Ripple did say committed to revisiting our relationship on the future, right? So MoneyGram officially announced that they were not working with Ripple anymore a long time ago, and now look at this, right? It's Brazil is all Ripple, guys. You can look at all the corridors that Brazil is using. It's all Ripple. And here we can see they are partnered with one of Ripple's major partner. Here we can see shots fired at San Toomey. This is an interesting thing, guys, that goes on the SEC, basically. Let's take a look what they're saying.
Whether this tactic is legal or not, which I do not believe it is, do you think the CFPB's implementation of disparate impact guidance through a press release without congressional authorization or a notice and comment rulemaking is a transparent way to make policy changes?
So I appreciate the question, Senator Dane. So this is not a disparate impact. Senator Toomey has claimed this many times, and it's just not true. I'm happy to talk you through the legal details of it, but I want to answer the question you really posed at the end, which is about transparency. One of the things that Senator Toomey and others have really expressed is that they worry about regulation by enforcement. The sense that firms should know what's obligated of them under existing law. So one of the things we've done is we've tried our best to find lots of different ways to issue guidance that doesn't have the force of law, but it gives entities a sense of what does the current law require.
So this is already not true, guys. This is already not true. He's saying that they try to seek guidance and that they want to do their best as possible, right? To give this clarity of the law. But that's not true. Ripple was seeking clarity from the very beginning, from 2015. Actually, it had clarity. Now, this is what this is all about. Once they failed at making their own system on Ripple, or like Ripple, they failed and now they have to use it. So what does happen? They have to regulate it. And then they will
In the
start
case you
using it.
mentioned of the exam manual, that's really also about consistent examination. The manual is guidance for examiners that when they are investigating potential discriminatory or other unlawful conduct, how might it implicate some of the existing laws that Congress has authorized and prohibited? In many situations, illegal conduct can violate multiple laws, but I want to figure out, and I'm happy.
So basically, you can understand here that they are clearly not doing their jobs right. And it will come back, guys. Gensler has to answer for this. 100%. We will see this very, very soon. Stay tuned. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Cheers.